Okay. Welcome to Tuesday Q&A. As of right now, you're the only one to join.
Hey, how are you, Tyler? Good, sir.
Not too bad. How are you?
Hey, good. Just a quick check. I had a customer that was saying that they were not receiving the text. I do have her email on file, but staff pushed the notification again, welcome text, and she still hasn't gotten it. What can there be a glitch on that account?
Let me see something. I actually just recently learned something today that can cause this. Wait, so they're just saying that they haven't received it?
No, staff pushed it 8 o'clock this morning. We give a couple of welcome texts, but she hasn't seen anything. I was gonna put in my number in her account to see if it comes through on my end. I guess do a quick
You did it
test.
at 8 o'clock this morning?
Correct. For Shannon Reeds, Shannon, Shannon Reeds account.
Oh, and you're actually just trying to text it to them.
Correct. We're trying to.
Do they have your number saved in their contacts?
That I have not staff spoke to them, so not sure about that.
No, that's okay. Um, a big thing that I've been trying to push for everybody to do is to make sure that you have your clients save your number in your contacts because of the recent updates. I mean, not recent anymore, but some people still may not be aware, but there's actually a spam folder in your text messages now.
Okay.
And your phone will automatically choose like, so now I have my phone on a bunch of different cleaners on their accounts. I don't get
Sure.
any of those messages, or at least I don't get alerted about those
Got
messages. They
you.
all go to my spam text folder. I did not
Okay.
designate it to go there. I didn't, but I don't have the numbers saved. It
Got it.
automatically puts unknown numbers into that spam folder just right off the
That
bat.
makes sense.
Um,
Okay, I'll talk to her personally about that.
so chances are that they are receiving it. They just don't know about the spam folder. And I believe that there is a setting that you can turn it off. But I think one of the recent updates automatically turned it on for everybody's phone.
Got it.
Um, so that's one of the big things. And it has to do with both actually Android and Apple that they both
Okay,
did it.
that makes sense. My second question, is the glitch regards to the assembly? I'm on the assorted assembly, for example, my self-assisted assembly. So at the main
Okay.
ABC cleaners, when we scan the first item
Mhm.
and they say they were working on it when we had first started, but it still shows up as zero pieces. Like when we scan the first item. And then when we scan the second, it shows up as one piece. Is that still ongoing?
So technically, so we did bring it back up. We were explained more into it to where when you scan that initial piece, it's telling you what you previously had. As in, like, I'm scanning the first piece, I was at zero. So then when you scan that second piece, it goes to one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's telling you what the previous count was, if that makes sense. So, like, the number that has already been done. It's tracking
Got
that
you.
next one as the number two, but it's going to show as number one. So it's showing you one number behind and then adding the number that you just did, if that makes sense. So
Should
it's
that
kind
be
of like
happening
a,
at both locations then, or just should that be happening consistently across everybody then, right?
oh yeah, that's everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'll retrain my staff of giving. Okay, that makes sense. If I'll just
It
retrain everybody.
okay, I hope it does make sense because it is kind of confusing. It's essentially just like if I scan, I know that I'm on piece 21, but it shows me 20. It's calculating, it's just telling you because the previous piece before that would have been 19. You scan 20, it's saying, yes, you've already done 20. This is your 21st. And
Sure.
then so then when you go on to
And
number
it's
22,
they're
it'll
all
say
less
20.
than six
Yeah.
pieces, so it's like you're mentally like, oh, I'm gonna go put my sixth piece, but I don't. This shows computer shows five, so just a mental hurdle to get over. I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
We
weird
did.
that you gotta
Yeah.
think of it like a coder does, how they count, because they count starting with zero, not one.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. It
Okay.
yeah,
I think this
we
comes
did
in play
mention
when
it
the
and
new people, when we're training the new staff. I think existing staff knows about it, but like if I have a part-time help or a new person that comes in, it's like, all right, hey, am I doing this right? No, you are doing it right. So, okay, I'll make sure that's the rule then. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
perfect.
Other than that, the other things that I've been seeing, and I know nobody really asked, but some stuff that I've been seeing is I've been seeing a lot of people running outdated smart apps on their computers. The biggest thing is that if you do see that pop up that says, "Hey, you can update your computer," please do it right then and there. It's going to close out a smart. It should
Okay.
pop up as an installing bar, and then it's going to immediately open it back up. It shouldn't take long. If it does take long, your internet's running slower on that device
Will it,
because it's a very small file. And
got it.
yeah,
Will it throw them off on any of the printer connectivity issues when we're doing that, or not worry about that?
no, no. All the printers will stay the same. Yeah, that's something different.
Okay, all right. So sometimes I think they're worried, like, oh, is my printer gonna? Because we have old school, like one store has like an older printer, and then they always had a problem getting it connected when something that happened. But if
Mhm.
they don't have to worry about that, I'll make sure they're pressing that please upgrade.
Yeah, probably what they're thinking about because this is just an internal smart app update, right?
Okay,
So the ones that you're thinking about are the Windows updates that can cause drivers to be all weird. Drivers being the printer drivers. It can cause the printer drivers to, I mean, as we call it, like disappear or fall out.
yes, I think that's what it was. Okay,
They go away because Windows just cleans it up and says, "Oh, this is old. I'm going to get rid of it." So. Um,
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
but if it's popping up whenever you open up the smart app and it's like first thing in the morning, whatever it is, just go ahead and update it. It's going to help you
got
in the
it.
future.
Okay, I'll let somebody ask questions. Speak to people on the call. Go.
No, yeah, that's all right. And Chris, as you left, Jay asked about the whole assembly showing zero count whenever you're scanning that first piece at assembly. He was wondering if we were going to fix that, but I explained to him that we had already mentioned it and kind of explained how the counting process actually is taking place.
Yeah, because I mean, we've been looking at different ways to kind of update it without changing the integrity of how the assembly functionality works. So we've just been playing around with a few ideas. We implemented some for some test customers or some customers that are like beta testing it, but we haven't gotten any feedback yet. So we're just waiting to hear something
Okay.
and then go from there.
People that are doing the assisted assembly and still haven't pulled the plug on letting the full plant assemble everything for the drop location as well. Is there a smarter way to do that process, or am I on the best path when I'm just sorting them out? Because we have a visual check of like the color barcoding, for example. We're just putting them to the side as they comes across the ready assembly line, and then at the end of the day, they're just shuttle tracking it, putting in the shuttle and just scanning every single, like whatever, 100, pieces, just scanning them in. Is that the fastest way to do that?
So I guess let me rephrase this so I have a clear understanding of it. You're wondering if using an assisted assembly is the fastest method to plant operation, or
No, for the drop location. I know I'm not fully at the stage where assembling and packaging every single thing at the plant as of now, just due to the staffing, the way I have situated.
Mhm.
So when the drop location items comes across, we're visually just putting them to the side because we have a yellow barcode versus a normal white color. And at the end of the day, we're taking all those 100 or 150 items and racking them as a shuttle one, and then that we know it's going to the drop location, all of those pieces. I'm not sure if there's a way where during the assembly line, they could scan it and we'll assign a location for the drop location, like a separate store. Hey, put this on a assembly hook, for example, 2000, which all belongs to the drop location. Would it do that for us or no?
So I don't think I could answer as to what's most efficient, right? But as for what your options are, um, I would say some people set it up to where they have two different assembly stations, one being specific to one store's orders, one's being to the other. Um, some of them, well, I don't even know if I should say some of them, I should say most, they assemble all on one conveyor, or maybe they do have others, but they're split up by departments, um, as in one for laundry, one for dry cleaning. But all of the stores will go on the exact same assembly. And then where they start to, you know, reorganize is based on the different colored paper that prints off with that assembly. So, for instance, you named yellow. So you have a white tag and then you have a yellow tag and By tag, I mean the assembly ticket that comes off. They would staple those to the bags after those orders have been bagged, and then those would go into a specific area that the business has designated, like you mentioned, shuttle. So all the yellow tickets that you see on all the bags would then go to, uh, your drop store. So then those are set on the shuttle rack.
Got it. So having the assisted assembly as one area, but having two printers attached for location one and location two.
Yeah, exactly. And then having those agents designated to each of those printers. Yeah.
So system would do that where it's printing a different color. It will recognize to be sent to a different printer for a drop location when it's coming across the assembly as you're finishing that.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So that way they'll see the color confirmation of what's printing out and see the agent listed there.
Okay. How easy is that? Do I have to start that on like a Monday when all the whole assembly lines cleared up, or when do we start that if I want to start that process, two printers?
Yeah, I mean you can set that up whenever you would like.
Okay.
I would definitely urge you to get this same printer that you already have connected to it. It'll make things easier for you. Just so that way, one, you can have the same type of paper, you know what to expect, and the drivers are all going to be the same. So you don't have to have a mixture of drivers installed into the computer.
Is that something you guys have to set up in the background, or is that owners have a way of assigning those agents of having the drop location print a different ticket, or is that you guys have to get involved?
We don't have to be involved if you know what you're doing, but
I
obviously,
see.
if it's something new, um, it's just in the hardware section on that specific device. So you go to the hardware section, so settings and then hardware. I would show you, but you need to assign a station and have a printer. But once you select it to be used, then it'll pop up off to the side and show agents on the right hand side,
Okay.
right before the test print button. And then you just put in the agents that you want each of them to print off, and then you hit save,
Got
then
it.
test
Okay.
it.
All right. Thank
But
you.
obviously, if you're trying it and you fail, just reach out to us. It's pretty
Gotcha.
pretty easy to do.
But they have to decide on either, I don't think they could mix and match. Like if there's few items that are left over, they're not gonna be able to assemble those at the drop location anymore. Everything, once I set that agent up, I have to assemble every single item at the main location.
Not necessarily, because that agent portion is specific to the station that you're working on. So you can do this with really anything. With any station, you can set an agent parameter on what to print or where it should go.
Okay.
But it's not, yeah, it doesn't stop you from doing, say if you're doing press only at your drop store, those are the only things that you're doing there. They still have the ability to, assemble and do everything normally. Their tickets might just print off, say they don't have a different color, so it's just white. But those ones would just print off
Got
white.
it.
That makes sense.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Awesome. How are you today, Tyler?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was hoping you could help me with something. I've been playing around with the KPIs and
Okay.
I was trying to replicate specifically the performance screen for the employees that tells us how many items they racked, picked up, bagged, detailed. I'm trying to duplicate that information, but in KPI form.
Okay.
Like this screen is it's helpful, but it's impossible
It's
to
limiting.
compare.
Yeah.
It's impossible to compare against everyone else. And if I've got, problem with an employee and their numbers are bad, like I kind of need a quick way to, and I've built everything already, or almost everything. I've got, pickups, drop-offs, which aren't on, the performance screen, bagging and detailing. What I'm having trouble duplicating is rack. Like I can't find a way to create a KPI that's going to show me who's like my best like racker without like using this performance screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was using the ticket finish by metric under the item KPI, and it's not I don't see a better alternative than that, but I'm not able to like how I know that I built the KPI correctly is that I'm able to I've built the KPI, I look at the numbers it's generating, and I go back to the performance screen and it reconciles. Right? I was able to
Okay,
do
that's
that.
good.
I was able to do that for all the other KPIs, or all the other things that the performance screen shows. And this
Hmm.
way I can look at, I can look at all of my employees for the week and, on a single sheet and, I see all of their detailing numbers. It's very helpful. But I'd like to replicate that just for racking also.
Okay, let me see if I've got one.
And are you using one report or separate reports?
This report, this standalone KPI would be only racking. Like I'd like to see all of my, employees on the left-hand side, dates across the top, and then like their racking numbers in the center. And if you go to like if you want an example, if you're in my instance under the employee production tag within the KPIs, I've got it like fully built out. Employee items detailed today by employee yesterday, and it was just specifically like items last week by employee is what I'm trying to do for racking.
Let's see a filter for this. Is this for all employees or just your commonly what I've seen this for is for tailors?
I mean, like tailors would repair an item. I have a separate KPI that tracks that, like my tailor completion numbers. But this is just specifically like on the performance screen it says racking. Like I'm just trying to understand where that number comes from. Like why, like what report I can create that would, reconcile exactly with that number. Because I was able to do the rest of them.
Yeah.
And if you need to get back to me, that's okay. I mean, like again, my best effort, if you're on my thing, was items racked last week by employee, CCS attempt. It's on the bottom.
Hmm.
And it's like ticket finish date is what I did for lack of a better.
You said it was called items racked by employee.
I would imagine in like the description should be like item finish date, not necessarily ticket finish date, but or maybe no, ticket's right because it's like we have orders coming out the back and I've got people who are standing there, racking to all of our different conveyors and they grab a 5-piece order and they grab a 1-piece order. It's the same thing. They should still get credit for, one thing that they've, one order that they've racked. So ticket finish date feels right. Just can't get it to reconcile.
Oh, that's interesting. One of them that I looked at is based off of the item detail date.
No, if you're I just want to make sure you're looking at the right KPI of mine.
I was looking at a different one. Yeah, I was just looking at the different KPIs and what they have it based off of. And so I was like, I don't know why you'd use this. This one's not correct.
Oh, you found a mistake in my
It
KPI. That's,
wasn't.
that's definitely possible.
No, not yours. Not yours. It was. I was trying to look at another cleaner that would have asked this exact same question to see what they had, and theirs was not right. So I'm hoping that they aren't using it. Ticket finish date. I'm wondering if we need to add in status here because technically this ticket finish date, that's tough. Okay. And so you tried to do last racked on date, right?
I played around with that, but doesn't that we do inventory every night.
Yeah, that would throw it. Oh, wait. No.
And this is I'm okay with including inventory numbers in it.
Yeah.
Originally, I was just trying to get to like who finishes the orders, like who puts them on like a final racking location, but um that's your it would make more sense to include inventory in this metric in order to
Because
reconcile.
I mean, technically, yeah, because you're looking
No,
at
you're
total.
you're right.
There's another way. There's another way that I've done this. I think it's a different KPI though. I'm thinking about the labels like is a re-rack event or something like that, and then you can. But if you are going for strictly based on production all time, doesn't matter if it's a because you want to include people that are doing their inventory. So yeah, I think you would want last racked on date actually. Where it gets difficult is if you're only looking for that first rack.
No, I'm okay with everyone.
Yeah.
If I can reconcile that production number, then last racked on date daily, and then what is my row? How do I blow it up and show every employee?
Well, I guess that's the issue. It's missing a filter
Yeah.
for rack by.
Yeah, that is the part that
Oh, okay.
I still left it on ticket finished by. The only thing that changed was the row of last rack by.
Ticket finished by is who completes it
Who
at,
completed it?
yeah. So that won't work. So you need an actual filter for who actually racked the order. And then the other thing is you want to do is a lot status of completed. So anything that's actually finished, not the stuff sitting
Mm,
at assembly. Yeah. But either way, it won't sum it up by the employee because there is no rack by employee.
we don't have a filter for it. I even checked a rack log report.
Yeah, so well, it's easy to get the filter for it. We can get the filter added, but once the filter's added, you'll be able to make the report with no problem.
Yeah.
Can we, okay. Can we submit a request or would you submit a request for that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And then usually I'll probably talk about it on like Thursday. So it's a pretty quick thing. So hopefully once we talk about it on Thursday, you probably can get it in a week or so.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think I, we might have a way to get it faster, but I'll keep my comments to myself. I'll, somebody is supposed to do this. Actually, yeah, it was actually a whole bunch that were supposed to be added. I don't think that was one actually, so I'll make a note of it. But there was a list of things that were supposed to be added for KPI filters.
And I actually have one other different question once you're done capturing this random.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Got my note.
Thank you. I was just curious asking, I guess this would be a question for also the other owner operators on this call, potentially. We've been experiencing, now I sent a message to Josh and Johan. We've been experiencing, it takes a while for us to log in to the desktop application. Like sometimes it's like, it seems like it's constantly like downloading new data like we're standing in front of a customer and it could take sometimes 10, 20 seconds. And we've got new computers and we've got very fast internet. And I was just curious, has there been any like mention made or any other complaints raised about this?
Yeah, there is one other cleaner that has mentioned this. We tested it and it's still like an ongoing investigation behind it because so in their example, they have and you may have the exact same thing, but they have a logout timer set to, I want to say 3 minutes, maybe.
We're similar.
Yeah. And they're saying that if they log out manually, it takes less time for the app data to download. Rather, if it kicks them out or if that login timer expires, it takes about 20 seconds, like you're saying, which seems like a very long time whenever the customer is standing right in front of you, waiting to get their stuff pulled up. So, does that sound
That's
pretty much
exactly,
the exact same?
it's exactly the same thing. Like it could take up to 20 seconds sometimes. And it's just like we're standing there, like making polite conversation. Like, don't give us your phone number yet. We're not ready for you.
Yeah.
I'd never considered testing like logging out manually. Like it always just like boots us, like because we're constantly we're running around and the different counters we have. So
Of course. Yeah. And of course, when we tested it, we didn't see the exact same time. I mean, like we even had a timer and everything of like we let it kick us out, decreased our internet speed so it was lower, and we couldn't replicate that exact that 20 seconds because that's the number that everybody's been telling us. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. One other cleaner that's mentioned this. So I guess it could be happening to others. Just there's only been 2 people that have reported it. So it's something that we're keeping an eye on. That's for sure. The one common thing I think you guys had a problem with it today. Actually, was somebody tried to log in and Smart just seemed like it was frozen, just forever loading. That is something that has been a rarity. It's not common. We have a fix for it, but it is only on a per company basis as of right now. So that's the only other thing that we have.
okay, this is more. I've experienced that before. I mean, it was years ago, but this has been just more like kind of ongoing, and it's The way I described it, it's consistently inconsistent.
I gotcha.
So I guess you can add us to the list of like people or companies experiencing this. Like my people have been complaining to me for I should have raised it months ago, honestly. My people have been talking about it for a while. But yeah.
It makes me wonder if there's something to do with the forcing a log out.
So you're saying should I test manually having my people log out? Would that potentially speed up?
I think I think if you would like to do that test, you can. I'm not gonna
Um,
tell you if you have to or anything like that, but I think it'll be interesting to see if you experience the exact same thing. Because the company that described it to us, they had already tested it, so they were just reporting everything that they had tried. Yeah,
all right. I'll spread the word amongst my people. Be like maybe that'll shave a few seconds, but definitely interested in a fix for it. So
yeah. I'm gonna add you guys to the list of people.
thank you. And that's it for me for now.
Okay, yeah. Have you experienced any issues with your drivers using the delivery app and being able to see them on the map?
Have we experienced any issues? Have our drivers disappeared from like the delivery manager?
Yeah, if you were to just go to click on the delivery module, so you can see, what's to do today. Do all of your drivers appear that are out there on the road?
Yeah, they've never disappeared. He has different like he's had a different issue where he will do something within the app and it'll seem like it'll register and then like 2 or 3 minutes later it'll pretend like it never happened. That was happening for a while and then like the issue got fixed
Okay.
and it happened again like a month ago. And I tell him like just you got to take a screenshot of it like hey, I already scanned this and it disappeared. So I know that it wasn't really what you're looking for, but no, that specific issue I haven't experienced yet where someone's just disappeared.
Yeah, I had. I mean, that is a good thing to notate. Specifically with the delivery app, I would recommend almost every single day making sure that you have the most up-to-date version of the delivery app. I think right now we're on 1.10.13. I could be wrong. It could have updated last night. Just because we're trying to get a hold of all of these little small bugs that have been reported to us, and that would be one. But that one's an older one, the one where things were coming back, which I think a month makes sense as to when it reappeared because it went away for a while, and then it mysteriously came back, and we fixed it again. So that sounds about right. But
When you say make sure we're running the same or the most up-to-date app, does that mean like uninstalling and reinstalling every night or
no, no. So if your app is too far out of date, which I think technically too far out of date now was like 1.7 point something. Once your driver's apps were up to probably 1.9 something, it'll automatically update every time they close the app. They close the app out completely, it will update or it'll start the update. So definitely at the end of the day, make sure that they close out the app entirely. So that way overnight it can make sure that it updates. If they are too far out of date, you will have to go into the app store, search for the app, or go to your downloaded apps or whatever, or library apps, whatever it's labeled as, and hit the update button manually.
when you say close out, you mean like swipe up? Like
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Yeah. And it
Understood.
should say whenever you log out, it should say right in the middle of, let me open it up. I believe on the left side is the store. Let's see. Yeah. On the left side, it says the store. On the right side, it says the station. And then right in the middle, underneath the smart, it shows in like really light gray, shows the version. Let me see if mine is fully up to date. Yeah, mine's fully up to date. It's at 1.10.13.
I'll make sure my drivers know to do that every night.
I'm sure they already do it, but
I think they
just
do
in
it throughout the
case.
day, honestly.
That too. Yeah. So this app, you shouldn't ever have to uninstall and reinstall. That's one of the great things about this one is the last one, if you had any issue, it was the only thing that you could do is uninstall and reinstall, and then it would refresh everything. But this one is just essentially reconnecting with the cloud is really the big thing that would be pushed on that.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I was asking about the
Disappearing. Yeah.
disappearing from the delivery module. because I think it was Thursday or Friday, two more cleaners reported that at least one of their drivers was no longer showing on there. Although the driver has their location services on, they have everything turned on. So I'm just trying to gauge to see how big this is, because right now I have just a handful of companies that have just one driver that's not displaying.
It's possible it happened to us, and I didn't clock it, or no one brought it to my attention, so I didn't notice it though.
Yeah, like I said, it's not happening to everybody, but you guys use the app a lot, so okay. All right. Don't think I have anything new. Chris, I don't know if you have anything new. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Well, actually, Zach, I know you haven't been here in a little bit. Have you seen the route overlays feature?
You talking about geofencing?
No, route overlay. Essentially, you
No.
can see all of your customers in one area, and they're
No,
all plotted in a colored map on your.
how do I do that?
Yeah, so go to settings. I'm just going to share my screen real quick too. This is something newer within the last month. Also, another cool thing actually. If you hit Control and then K, or if you're on a Mac, you can hit Command and K, and you know what you're going to look for or what you're trying to find. You can just type in what you're looking for, and it will pop up the pages. So in this instance, I'm looking for route overlay. I can just type in route, everything that displays route, and it's going to pop up. I can click to it, and it will take you right to it. But of course, I'll show you the normal way is settings,
Interesting.
and then delivery, and then route overlay. So route overlay is potentially going to replace route manager. I think it kind of already has, in the sense of if I need to see all of my route approving pending people, I can click select all. I can see all of them on here at once. Whereas the other one, you can only go one at a time and see all of them. But then at the same time, I want to know what route they're going to go into. I already have a general idea of where they're going to go. So I can select those to say, okay, it's going to take a second to load. We've got a bunch of people on here. We've got 1,700 customers on this one route. But it's going to plot them all on the map so we can see them. And, this may not be as helpful for you guys because it seems like you have everybody in one route. But for customers who have multiple routes across all the days, they're able to kind of quickly identify where these new customers should go. Or if maybe they have too many people under one route or in different areas that they didn't know that they were actually there.
This is wild to see it like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, I need to clean this up.
And that's for most larger businesses, that's exactly what they end up saying is, I did not realize that my routes looked like this. Like once you plot it on a map, it looks totally different than what I perceived it. I thought that it was very cut and dry and clean, but I'm sure for you guys, it would be very messy if I was to hit select all here. Probably gonna freeze for a second.
I mean, delivery is our main one. Like
Yeah. You have a customer up in Michigan, and I guess this is a good example, actually. So this purple route right here, we have customers that are in the same location that have multiple stops at this exact same location. We got 9, 26, 29, 31, 41, and 43,
it's
all at the same place.
It's a costume house that we go to every day.
Yeah, so that's something that maybe you could look at doing a delivery with master, but I'm sure there's probably a method as to why you don't have that set up, to where all of these people could be under one delivery with master. You could go there.
Well,
and it would just be
the
listed
the system requires an address for some, in order for someone to be on a route, or the way it used to be, everyone had to have an address. So if they didn't want to give us their address, but we were still going to deliver to the costume house on their behalf, so we just entered in the costume house address.
Oh yeah, then I would just list the costume house as its own space, set it up as a delivery with master, and then you come here and set them as a delivery with master, and you choose the account that it's going to deliver to. And then technically they don't even need to have an address or anything like that, because it's just delivering to the costume house or whatever it is.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I'll change that.
But of course, if there's specific reasons as to why, so if, say, for instance, these people need to have pickup reminders or something like that, then you may not want to do that, just because with delivery with master, it's more or less you're just going to set it up to go every single day.
We do, yeah, we
Or
do go there every day.
yeah, but if it's a will call thing, then I would probably just keep it the same way. But yeah, if it's a route regulator, just set it up as a delivery with master account and then have all these people set up as a delivery with master so you don't have, I mean, really your drivers are probably scrolling through this to making sure that 9, 26, 29, all of these.
Well, if they've got nothing scheduled, then it doesn't show up on the delivery manifest, right? So
True. Yeah. Yeah.
this is cool though. I'm gonna play around with this.
Definitely. Yeah. And then again, you can see all these customers that are route pending approvals that are here. Yeah. If you had geofences, you could click this. It would show you all the geofences of all the people.
If I wanted to create a geofence and not allow anyone outside of it, like to sign up for a route, I can do that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how that's what geofencing is.
Yeah.
So geofencing only works for new signups, new customers. Anybody who's already on that existing route that is geofenced, it's not going to affect anybody who signs up and is outside of a bubble. Say if you have multiple bubbles, it's just going to send them, or it's going to show an alert on their screen. It's going to say, hey, we don't currently service your area. If you feel this is a mistake, please give us a call, and then the number to call.
That's cool.
But based on the way that you guys are, from what I just saw, I don't think that you are fully set up for geofencing as of right now. Or as in you're not ready to do geofencing. You'll probably need to take some time to do a complete route restructure and maybe even split up into multiple routes. Because again, geofencing is strictly based off of location. And if you do it any other way, it tends to not work out. So
Okay, I hear you.
all right. Okay, now I actually don't have anything else. I know I said that before, but
Tyler, one quick question, I guess, before we get off.
Yeah.
I just confirmed with my staff on my reports and inventory, I had some orders that showed up on the missing bags, but they did physically verify that we have them on the rack. Do we just re-rack them at that point and eventually they'll go away?
so a missing bag does not technically mean that you are missing the bag. It just means that while you were running your inventory, whether it was on purpose or on accident, and I can dive more into the on accident part, but when you're doing an inventory, you are supposed to scan every single bag under every slot. So if it's showing up as missing, that means that that bag was not scanned, and Smart still believes that you, or is saying that I still have this in my possession, but you didn't scan it, therefore it's missing. We should go look for it, and then you can just scan the slot number and then scan that bag, and then it will.
Easy as that, okay. But if I look at the inventory tab and then if I'm looking at ABC cleaners that built more, if I hit conveyor 1, will it show me when's the last time they had tried running that? It says last full inventory, I guess June 4th. That's the date I'm looking for, right? That's the date that they supposedly scanned every single rack, correct?
Yeah, let me pull it up just so I can see it with you. You're saying at Biltmore?
At Biltmore, correct?
Perfect. Conveyor 1. Yes. Okay. So last full inventory was 6/4 this year. There's 80 locations. None have been scanned today.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So
If I do have these 3 orders, for example, we just forgot to scan them. That's what that means pretty much.
yeah, exactly. So it's just saying that, hey, this is still at your current location, or this is still supposed to be there, and nobody scanned it. I think it's missing because you ran inventory, but this wasn't scanned. It's really all that it's
Got it.
showing.
And then our goal is always this has to be completely clear. Either we have all the locations scanned in the proper rack, or we're gonna have quotes up here. I guess yeah. I mean, the goal is always to have this clear. That's what you want.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for instance, here, this customer I just clicked on, they still have 4 orders that Smart believes is still in your possession. They're from 2024.
Which name was that?
This is Tarish Floyd.
Oh, we got you.
Now, luckily, the orders are paid for, so that's good to see. But yeah, these 4 orders, Smart believes are still in your possession.
That when I click on his name, I only see well, okay, but I guess I got to type in the full name. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think I clicked on. Yeah, if you click on his name, it'll pop up. If you click on the order number, it'll pop up the order number.
So hold up. Because I'm at the okay, let's see. Reports, inventory, ABC Cleaning, Red Biltmore, Conveyor one. I see the Floyd that shows only one, that's in rack 1730. If I click on
Yes.
that, only one order is showing up because that's a specific order, that's why, not the
Click,
full
click,
count.
click on his short name. Click on Floyd itself,
Okay, got you. Okay.
and it's gonna pull up the account, and that's where you're gonna see.
Okay, I see. Yes, I think we have started taking them out. That was my whole goal. I have started taking them as like an old takeout. That's why they show as paid because I'm getting rid of some of the old inventory that still shows up. So I'm just using the promotion old took out, so it comes up on my KPIs, how much, I guess, old
I see.
inventory that was still sitting there. Okay. All
Gotcha.
right.
I would definitely, if you are doing this specifically,
Okay.
this old takeout is to make sure that you pick up these orders afterwards.
Got you. Okay,
Um,
so I'm not finishing up the step. Okay. Got
yeah,
it.
just so that way this kind of keeps things neat. But then
Okay.
again, like in the future, if you are, so next year, if you go
Yep.
through and you're, gonna use that old takeout promotion, if we end up building building
Yeah, it's mostly the
something,
patterns of how much is being left over, right? Every like
exactly.
3 months or so, every quarterly. I just want to make sure it's not theft, I guess. That's the main objective, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be populating a report that has stuff that you've already done. We want to be able to filter out those things, and
Okay,
yeah,
I'll go ahead and clear them out. Okay, but that's the best way. Just whenever we are running the inventory, staff is just going to the inventory. I mean, they're just going to assembly pretty much, right? And scanning every single location when start scanning everything, correct?
not assembly, but racking.
Ranking, yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, I would also urge you to maybe check whenever you're looking at this specifically, is to sort this by ID, and try to
Okay.
go for the oldest, because I can see that there's others that are on here, and maybe this has already been picked up already, but it's not picked up in the system. So Smart is still tracking it as if it's in your possession. So,
Okay.
and maybe they are. This one just showed date of entry 2026. So, but it's a 2024 order. So,
Got you. Yeah, I think I'm ready to yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna clear everything out by this month. But whatever we're doing so as a racking and then scanning every single location and then rest of them, remember to take them out if I'm using the promo to make them zero pretty much.
right. Yeah, exactly. I would
Because
definitely use
there's
a
no other
promotion and
ways
then
to
pick
make
it
them
up.
as a zero because it's always gonna ask for a payment. Besides, I'm somehow making them discounted to zero. Otherwise, it's gonna ask for the money.
Right. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah, not a problem. All right. Thank you guys for joining, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, Tyler. You too.
Thanks.